I really appreciate the invitation to give this lecture, especially because of this particular focus on the interface between religion, spirituality, and social justice, which is the way that I define religion today myself. The most recent articulation of Islamic gender politics are the Islamic feminists. Islamic feminism does not collapse secular Western paradigms with Islamic ideals, nor reject Islamic cultural, legal, or spiritual manifestations in preference for Western ones. It does not define Islam as static, thereby limiting our role as active participants in the tradition, such that our voices, our experiences, our realities have important implications and impact on how we live as Muslims today. Islamic feminisms use Islam itself as the basis for liberation, transformation, and for policy and practical reforms. Islamic feminisms do not choose between either or. We assert both and. Patriarchy is based on a kind of istiqbar logic, a logic of one being better than another. And it's a vertical logic. It works like this. Laws at the top, male is in the middle, female is below that, and the arrows point in only one direction. And actually, I've seen this discussed in philosophical literature, and I've pondered some of the literature for a long time, and every time I pondered it, I've had something that was vexing me. And I mean, it didn't come automatically, but over time I realized what was vexing me is that we have a worldview in Islam that says that there's no intermediary between God and any person. Between God, you don't have to have the prophet, although the prophet brings revelation. You don't have to have a teacher, although teachers teach us. You don't have to have a sage. You don't have to pray. You directly have a relationship with God. But you notice this one, that there's no direct relationship between the female and God. So when I was looking at it, I actually had little office magnets with little balls and little colored things in between. And I was actually playing with these until I constructed my own configuration that did not allow for a separation between the person and God, whether male or female. And the results was that there can only be one type of relationship between the male and the female, and that is one of horizontal reciprocity. When you look at the previous model, if you try to, quote-unquote, put women in the same position as men, they're going to have to be above. And I think a lot of people, that's how their logic works. So if you give women, quote-unquote, equality, somehow it brings men down. If you put it on a line of horizontal reciprocity, it doesn't matter if you have male on this side or female on this side, because we are in a reciprocal relationship, and we all or both have a direct relationship with God. So at the metaphysical level, there's a hierarchy between the sacred and the mundane. But at the human-to-human level, there can only be equality and reciprocity.